this kind of disconnection with those people who are trying to be your family, and I feel like that. So if that was bad acting, it kind of works for this film.
Yeah, they lucked out.
Yeah.
What about you? Would you change anything?
No. I think this is kind of off the subject, but I think that the animatronics for this is so fucking good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's like the standout thing of this whole film is how good Chucky looks, moving his like the animatronics in his face, everything, like his
yeah.
And how good the voiceovers are. Just everything about him is what kind of makes you fall in love with him. You know what I mean? Is he's so funny.
Yeah.
That it's insane. And to me, this still works. You know what I mean? I don't want to see a CGI Chucky. And they tried to do that a few parts in not this new one that's coming out, of course, but the one before. There's a few bits and pieces of him walking that they totally computerized them, and I feel like that's kind of taken the cheap way out of it, because I know there's a lot that goes into making these films as far as controlling him. You have like so many guys one guy controls the eyes, one guy controls the mouth, one guy controls like the structure, one guy is on the bottom like moving his arms and stuff, so it's not just black and white with him. It's just there's so many.
So wait, hold on. So wasn't it? Did they have a robot like underneath like with the skin
like
to make?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was pretty cool. That was in the like 90s, right?
It was 1990.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
because the first one came out late 80s.
That's pretty cool.
89.
Since it was new for.
Oh yeah, probably cutting edge at the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think it looks still great now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not like that's totally like dumb looking.
Yeah.
No.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Because it's practical. Next question. Will you guys be watching Cult of Chucky on October 3rd? Am I getting you hyped for it? Are you guys ready? It'll be on Netflix.
Really? Like
that was my news.
It's like supposed to be one day in the theaters, right, or something like that.
Yeah, they're gonna do like a theatrical limited theatrical release, and then they release it. But then Netflix is gonna get it like very very soon. They must have some kind of contract with them.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So
you said the same thing about the Hitman's Bodyguard too, right?
Yeah, Netflix. That's a Netflix original movie.
It's weird for it to be in the theaters.
I guess maybe because of course Ryan Reynolds and Samuel Jackson.
So is Cult of Chucky going to be a Netflix original movie?
It's not original. It's not. But like I said, they're getting. They're gonna get it. I don't know why so fast. But I mean, you can't really complain about that. Right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, if it's on Netflix, I'll probably see it.
And then they're gonna be playing it on TV too. AMC the Fear Fest, for the 2 weeks. Yeah,
that's cool.
That's going to be part. They're going to be playing all the other films of his, and then Cult of Chucky as well. So people will be able to see it. It's pretty fun. Besides Andy, were there any other standout characters in this film that you liked? Mine would be Kyle.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, she was badass, and I feel like. She's the only one who kind of starts to believe him.
Yeah. Until
she's attacked, she kind of,
I really like that cop too, though. Because he was really, really funny.
What's your name, buddy? Chucky. That's incredible.
Do you guys want to do some Swan facts?
Yes.
All right, let's get into the Swan facts then. So this movie, when it was released, it opened at #1 at the box office.
Oh, wow.
So people love Chucky, dude. Tommy, the other good guy doll used in the film, was named after Tom Holland, the director of the original film.
Hi, I'm Tommy, and I'm your friend to the end.
This is the shortest Child's Play film, clocking in at 84 minutes. Well, all of Brad's voice work was recorded first, so they could I guess, sync the doll's face up with all his dialogue.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What?
So he was like not virtually, almost like never on set. Like nobody ever saw him.
He was just in the studio.
His work was already done months before.
That's crazy.
They filmed.
It's pretty smart though.
Yeah.
I mean, so everything syncs up right, and
Not only that, but I feel like you could be have a more of a fear. I guess when you see all the mechanics of it, it's not really scary. But I feel like you can connect closer to the character when you're not seeing the actor all around all the time. You know what I mean? Like more just as him, as Chucky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the end of my Swan facts. I actually
it was a short list today.
Yeah, but I do, to make up for that, for the short Swan facts, I have another interview from Don Mancini and a couple of the crew from the new film, from Son of Monsterpalooza. That I got. Yeah,
Awesome.
I recorded some of the panel. We were sitting right up front, and it was super fun. So do you guys want to check that out right now?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
They've done a lot for social media too, and I don't know how it's going to be used, but one day when we were filming a lot of the Chucky stuff on stage, we have a workshop that's got all of our stuff spread out in it, and they brought in a 360-degree camera, put it in the middle of the shop for, I don't know, maybe an hour, and just let it go so that you can go on in VR and you can choose where you're looking in the room, and you can look down at the floor, you can look up at the ceiling, and it's all there. I don't know. That was one day, and there's been a lot of other stuff filmed as well, as sort of like behind the scenes stuff. I think they're really trying to show you what's involved in the process, because I think this film is truly special. I think it's completely grounded in reality, but it exists in a world that it's realistic, but it's disturbing. You're literally floating in white sometimes, sort of like THX. It's really a unique experience.
Yeah, we wanted to really switch it up aesthetically, whereas, the last movie, which took place in Nika's house, was very gothic. And I felt like that would be the expected thing to do stylistically when you're talking about a movie set in a mental hospital. So I wanted to go completely against that, and I wanted to put Chucky in a canvas that we'd never seen before. So the whole idea with this film was minimalism and modernism, and our touch. Kubrick was a touchstone. I know that it sounds grandiose in the context of a Chucky sequel, but hey, you got to shoot high, right? That's what we're trying for. The space is all very abstract and surreal, and a lot of times, like, the line between reality and illusion gets very blurred, and you don't know where you are, as you were describing. That actually literally affected us in that way at times.
Let's bring the house lights up. We have time for just a couple of questions, because then we're going to have a sign with our talent. Yeah, right here. Yeah, you go ahead.
How did you go about approaching Alex Vincent's return to the role, starting, I guess, with Curse leading into Cult? What was his reaction?
Just the way that you put it, it's like, oh my god, I had to hound Alex Vincent for years and track him down. No, I mean, I've been friends with Alex, pretty much our whole lives. It's very, very strange circumstance to meet someone like that. I was 25, he was 5. We did 2 movies back to back, so we're in a situation where I met this child, but we were colleagues. Very strange. So then, decades passed, and he grew up. Through the miracle of social media, I was able to get back in touch with him, and lo and behold, he actually grew up to be this really cool guy. He's very cool, interesting, smart, and nice guy. He defeated a lot of odds there. And really, the bottom line is what that boils down to is we have the same taste in music. So I love the guy. He's great. So, he has spent most of his adult life, or much of his adult life, going to conventions and meeting the fans. So, we're both very plugged into how much of a hero that character was for fans of the movie, of the movies, and so we long talked about bringing him back. And I wanted to do it with Curse of Chucky, but the studio was a little skeptical at first because, it's their job to always be sort of forward-thinking, and they're thinking, no, you don't want to pander too much to the base. You want to be inclusive to new people. And Alex and I both felt it was possible to do both. So with Curse of Chucky, with that one little scene at the end of the movie, it was just kind of like taking just like a little barometer, or thermometer, just taking the temperature, so I could literally show the studio that people wanted this and that they would welcome a revisit of this character, and B, that Alex could handle it. Because it's a big deal to like hand it's a low budget movie, but we're still talking about millions of dollars, and they're not just going to like give this to anyone just because I said like, oh, he was a little boy in a movie 30 years ago, you should hang this on him. So it took some convincing. And he knocked it out of the park. I mean, I think these guys would agree. He's really, really good in the movie, and so much fun to work with. And it just matters to him. Like I said, with all of us, it matters to him too much. That was a point. It's like it does matter to us too much.
I'm afraid we're out of time, but you can see this wonderful film October 3rd on digital, Blu-ray, DVD, unrated, gory as hell.
All right.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was my little bit from Son of Monsterpalooza.
That's really sick.
And that's the original kid from this one, right? The one they're talking about?
Well, Don was the predominant guy talking, who was the director and basically created this whole franchise. Mm-hmm. But he was talking about Alex Vincent, the little kid from these first two films. Yeah. That I guess the big thing is that he got him to come back for Cult.
Okay.
Like that actual actor is coming back as Andy Barclay or whatever.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because for the third one, they continue Andy's story, the one that we're going to do next week, but they actually replaced him with an older. Obviously, he had to be an older kid, I guess. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's pretty epic that he was able to bring him back. Anything you guys want to talk about before we sign off? We have some time. Anything?
If you could rate, not the. What would you rate the Chucky movies? Like from best being like or.
Ooh, out of all of them.
Out of all of them, yeah, so far.
Okay. Do you guys want me to go first? Okay. So number 1 would be this one, Child's Play 2, I think. Okay. Then followed by Child's Play. I'd say the second. We're on 3. I'll probably say Bride, and then Child's Play 3, and then Curse, which is the one that's on Netflix now, and then Seed. Okay. And I won't count Cult yet, since it's not technically out for the public. So yeah, Seed is my least favorite one.
Okay.
Do you guys want to do rate them, or you want to skip this question?
What about you?
I don't know.
No?
No, I don't know.
Which one out of is there 5 of them right now?
Was 1, 2, 3, Bride, Seed, and Curse.
Out of the 6, what's your most favorite and your least favorite? If you want to do it like that.
Well, you said that your favorite's the first one, right?
Yeah, my favorite is the first one, but I'm trying to think of my least favorite. I'd probably say The Seed of Chucky is my least favorite.
Okay.
You never saw that one?
I've seen The Seed of Chucky. That was pretty lame.
Where he's like whacking off.
No, it's kind of dumb.
It was just like, they tried
Hollywood.
to go too funny.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And it didn't really work well. That's the movie that he gets the most shit about.
Oh, really?
I mean, it's fun. It's entertaining, but I don't consider it part, they strayed away too hard, bringing, was it like Jennifer Tillian as herself and different things like this was just like...
I'm sorry, that's really stupid. And like her saying, oh my god, she's so pretty, and then it ends up being her, like her... Sorry, it's stupid.
Yeah, it was just like trying really hard to be meta and too self-aware.
Yeah.
And it just didn't really work, at least for that film.
Just trying to break the fourth wall, but it didn't work.
Anything else?
When he looks to the side and he's like, my name's Tommy.
Oh yeah, I just played it.
Yeah, that was like one of my favorite scenes in the movie too.
Because he starts to say Chucky.